Hello, everyone.
Hello guys, welcome to Pitching in Line. In this video, we are going to talk about the most frustrating question, uh, which many Indian fans are really want this to happen, is about performance of Coach Ravi Sastry. Should Ravi Sastry continue as Indian team's coach? That is that will be our major topic. So you start, bro. What do you think about this, especially after the 36-9 defeat?
I think a lot of questions need to be answered from the coaching staff, not from here. Even it goes back to World Cup defeat, right? We lost in the semi-final. I think there are lots of
Mm,
serious questions needs to be answered, and we have seen a lot of favoritism in the team. With Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli at the helm, we have seen a lot of players getting snubbed. Kuldeep Yadav totally was out of sorts. He was once our best bowler in overseas when we played
true.
last series in Australia. He was the one who picked Pfeiffer, and now he's not even in the
Yes.
reckoning for the 11. So that kind of
Mm,
attitude is, barring the Indian management, and they have not. I don't think they are taking the wise decisions. And I
mm.
think there needs to be a lot of things which needs to be addressed. And I think India Australia this series is going to be really crucial. Then what's going to happen in the future?
Yeah, I mean, see, as an Indian fan, look, I'm a huge fan of Ravi Sastry as a commentator. I know he's a good mentor when it comes to encouraging players, but as a coach, I just don't feel he's the right person because he has coached this team for a very long time, and the results, like bearing that Test series win in Australia,
Hmm.
there hasn't been any big series win. And
Hmm.
most importantly, there have been very lot of batting collapses. We are seeing performances where the Indian team is surrendering very meekly. Yes, we
Yeah.
are winning. We
Hmm.
are winning most of our matches and we are
Hmm.
winning it dominantly. But the biggest issue is being whenever our other team is keeping up a fight, right? We are surrendering it. That was the mighty difference between the team in 2009, 10, 11 under Dhoni and the team right now. So I think it's high time that you actually, remove him and keep some new coach because it's very important that we get these new ideas. And
Hmm.
even a word on Virat Kohli's captaincy, bro, because
Hmm.
I felt going into that first test, I'm a fan of his captaincy when it comes to Test cricket, but I'm not at all a fan of him selecting his playing 11.
Correct.
Prithvi Shaw was already in a
Hmm.
very bad form in IPL in practice games, and all the dismissals were very similar.
Correct. Correct.
They made him play in the first test, and both the innings again it was same kind of dismissal.
Hmm.
So it's very I seriously didn't get that logic.
Hmm.
So like you rightly pointed out, even Kuldeep Yadav has been somewhere we don't see him at all, and brings in new blood in Test
Hmm.
cricket as well. What do you feel about?
I think, yeah. I mean, we'll talk about Prithvi Shaw first. Prithvi Shaw, we have seen him in New Zealand also. He didn't perform to the level which he was expected to perform because we are going for a foreign overseas tour, and we are playing a high quality seam attack in their own backyard. And for playing such a quality attack, you need to have a lot of basics right. And I was, the other day I was watching the highlights of India New Zealand series. I was watching this ODI match and a test match highlights. In ODI match, Kyle Jamieson dismissed him, and test match when Saudi dismissed him.
Mhm.
Here in this test match, MCG,
Mm.
Starks, and Cummins, all four are carbon copy.
Good.
There is a lot of gap between bat
Okay,
and pad,
yes.
and his front foot is going way ahead. I think this problem goes, right back from there. And I think management is failing to understand that
Mm.
situation. And maybe they are thinking that, okay, he will give that head start to us and he will give that aggressive start. He will score that quick runs. See, scoring quick runs is not going to do because it's a test match, a 5 day game. So you need a little temperament also
Mm.
to, how to approach the innings. Even Sehwag was aggressive, but Sehwag knew which bowler to attack and when to attack. He didn't, just blindly attack every ball. He respects the new ball. That's very important. And I think as far as Shaw is concerned, he doesn't have respect for the new ball, and that is the main problem which is troubling him.
I mean, I don't know whether I can say he doesn't respect the new ball because he hardly plays even six balls too. I can't say that he does because he gets out whether it's in second ball, third ball, fourth
Hmm.
ball. So I hardly know whether if he plays 30 balls of new ball, how he's gonna do, especially in the international stage. And one more thing, what do you think about the batting coach?
Hmm.
He Sanjay Banga was sacked after the 2019 World
Hmm.
Cup,
Hmm.
and still the problem hasn't been solved. We are still having those batting collapses.
Correct.
We have seen it in 2019 World Cup and even in 2017 Champions Trophy final as well.
Hmm.
But bringing in a new coach, the scenario has actually gotten even far worse.
Correct.
We
Correct.
had one test series in New Zealand,
Huh.
which went horrible.
Huh.
Our batsman couldn't even play 90 overs.
Hmm.
Did we even score more than 250? I don't think so. We even
No.
scored a
No.
team total of
No.
more than 250.
No. No. No.
We were both the games were finished inside 3 days.
Hmm.
The same thing happened even in Australia. The game was finished inside 3 days. For
Inside
goddamn,
3 days.
it's 5 days test match. And if it is happening like this regularly,
Hmm.
and what Kohli said is something that I'm not going to accept it.
Hmm.
Saying it's a 1 hour of madness.
Hmm.
How
Hmm.
many excuses will you say of the same thing? You said the same thing in New Zealand semi-finals. You
Hmm.
said the same thing when we toured New Zealand. A
Hmm.
madness of 1 hour, madness for 45 minutes. You are losing it. You're losing the series and in a very, very bad way. I think there should be a serious accountability. And I think it's high time that they bring in, high stature players, probably like Rahul Dravid or
Correct.
somebody like that, to actually, to make these players understand what is international cricket and how to approach and how to prepare it.
Yeah, true. Because see, one thing is for sure. The way we started World Test Championship. If you remember, we began that championship against South Africa in India. So the way we batted there, and then we thrashed Bangladesh in home. I thought, okay, fine. Okay, we are playing at home, but we are being dominant, and we are dominating the attack, and we are playing well. But the moment we stepped outside India,
Mm,
outside subcontinent, the scenario changed, and we were starting to play like South Africa, who were touring us, because we didn't have any idea
mm,
about what bowlers we are going to face and what technique do we really have in us to survive that new ball. And one more important thing
mm,
we pointed out about Sanjay Banga, there was a speculation, there was a thing which was spoken around, that after losing the semi-final, there was a talk that Sanjay Banga told MS Dhoni to come at number 7. I just have one question, that is Sanjay Bagar really more powerful than Dhoni? That Dhoni will, he accept what Sanjay Bagar is telling, because see, it seems to be an excuse for me. Like a player of stature of Dhoni, he won't listen to the advice of Sanjay Bagar unless it looks logical. I think these kind of things really
I,
amuses me, and I think they were targeting him, and that was the main reason of him being sacked. That's what I personally feel.
yeah, yeah, sure thing. I mean, see, one thing about MS is he's a team player.
Hmm.
So whatever the team management would have come into the conclusion, and I think that's what Dhoni followed. But again, saying that probably yes, Dhoni could have come in a bit earlier. But okay, we'll talk about this thing sometime later. But yeah, I think Bangar performance was good, but it was needed. As in, we needed new ideas, not just Bangar. It was very important to remove Ravi Sastry
Hmm.
uh, and the fielding coach as well. As Sridhar, just because you need fresh ideas. Yes, with this kind of idea, you might have got success in limited overs in 14, 15, 16, and 17,
Hmm.
but you haven't won major tournaments. And even about the fielding coach, fielding in this Australian series has been the worst, bro. I mean, I haven't seen it in the past 20 years, such a poor fielding team.
Hmm.
They were dropping simple catches.
Hmm.
lollies,
Yeah,
even basic, they were basic catches.
correct.
And they're taking very good, spectacular catches. I agree. Kohli's catch was amazing. Samson's few catches were amazing, but they're dropping very easy
Easy
catches
catch.
because bowlers are working so hard. It's
Yeah.
very important that you have to back them. So this is something I would really call out, and I would even ask for sacking of fielding coach as well.
Yeah, true. Because even last year we saw the news about Jonty Rhodes' application getting rejected, right? I think
Hmm.
that was the weirdest thing I've ever heard. They were saying that he didn't know Hindi, that his application was rejected. I don't know why the hell he needed to understand Hindi to become an Indian coach.
Yeah, true. So I think after this series, I think it's very, very high time we need to take a call. Probably after 2021 World Cup, maybe they don't want to change anything. But if India doesn't go on to win,
Hmm.
I think, see, if India loses this Australian series in Australia very badly, then they have to sack fielding coach. They have to sack uh, the head coach and the batting coach as well. I mean, I know it's very, very less time.
Hmm.
Probably they might give him a little bit of time, but under him so far it's been very, very poor. You can actually bring in new coaches like Mahila Jayawardene or
Hmm.
John T. Rhodes, or rope in Rahul Dravid or Sachin Tendulkar as batting consultants. Because it's very, very high time, especially in Test cricket.
Hmm.
You're seeing if there's no Kohli, there's nobody else.
Yeah,
You have Pujara who's playing the support cast, but again, see, I think Pujara is a close second player who might give some resistance. But see, he is kind of a player who won't dominate.
correct. Correct.
He's gonna, play a lot of balls, and he's gonna make the ballers tired. So you can't expect him to, take the scoreboard. If what happens if he is the only batsman who's playing well, if he's scoring 80 balls, only 10 runs, and if he's getting out, then it won't make a lot of a difference. So you need some other batsmen like either Kohli or some good batsman who can play his own game. So he can play his own game. So on one side, very recently, it looked like we are going to play the Test Championship final.
Hmm.
It's suddenly looking the team. We don't really have such a good team, and also on team selection.
Hmm.
Team selection, I think the selectors has to take a stand. Yes, I understand you. We have to give it something to captain's preference. I agree that, and we need if we are giving a chance to someone, it's very important you give them long term as well. And I think someone has to come in and have a say on playing level because we have been losing matches because of selecting the wrong players in the wrong conditions. So what do you feel about it overall? Do you think it's very high time that after this Australian series that we need to rejuvenate the team management backroom staff?
Definitely. Because see, in our conditions, right, India, it's about captain. Captain is everything. If captain decides one thing, then it's final. Then no one is above him. So it must not be like that. You have to take calls from every party concerned, right? Be it selectors, be it the captain, vice captain, coach. Everyone has to come, walk in the same page. And most important thing is there must not be a favoritism. You have to select players according to the performances in their first class cricket, right? And we have seen lot of talents getting wasted. Lot of players who haven't even got reckoning. There was a player called Sheldon Jackson who was rated really high from I don't know, people who saw him playing domestic cricket, Ranji cricket. He was nowhere near the reckoning of Indian cricket, but I thought he had good numbers to show for him to play at the international level. So this is the kind of mistake which is happening. I think it has to be addressed really quickly, and this Australian tour is going to be a really, that spark which will change everything. That's what I feel.
Yeah, true, bro. Like I think even Karun Nair,
Yeah, Karuna.
he had a trip in international cricket, and we haven't seen him afterwards. So yeah, I think from as Indian fans, it's very, very important to change the backroom staff
Hmm.
because it will give us fresh ideas. I think this team has been very together with this team for very long time, that coaching staff team. So I think bringing in someone like Mahila Jayawardene or Tom Moody or somebody, I think it's very important to bring in fresh ideas. So that's it, guys, from us. If you guys also feel the same way, comment it, and we'll see you in the next video. Tata, bye bye, see you.
Bye bye.